This is a special legal test passage for Delhi High Court Senior Personal Assistant at a speed of 110 words per minute, 550 words in exactly 5 minutes. Be ready. A case diary is a record of daily investigation into a case. Under the provision of Section 172 of the Criminal Procedure Code, a police officer conducting the investigation is required to maintain a record of investigation done on each day in a particular case. Para. A case diary is important to record the investigation carried out by an investigating officer. A court can ask for the case diary as part of the trial. However, the case diary may not as such be used as evidence during the trial as it is used to aid the trial. Para. Section 172 of the Code of Criminal Procedure 1973 states that a diary has to be maintained by police officer involved in any investigation. The diary is given different names in different states, and the manner in which how it is to be maintained is mentioned in the police regulations of each state. Most of the times this diary is called case diary, but it is also called special diary in some of the southern states. Para. The case diary contains details noted by the investigating officer and records the time at which the information reached the investigating officer, time when the investigation began and was closed, the place or places visited by the officer, and a statement of the facts and circumstances ascertained by the officer. Para. There are three clauses under Section 172 of CRPC which explain the need and uses of the case diary. Para. The first clause states that each police officer has to enter the day-to-day entry of the status of the investigation. Along with the details of the investigation, he needs to mention the time and places he visited. Para. The second clause states that the criminal courts have the power to call for these diaries the cases of which are under trial. However, the provisions clarifies that the diary is only used to aid an inquiry and does not act as evidence. Para. The third clause, being a negative clause, states that neither the accused person nor any of his representatives can seek the details mentioned in the diary. Even if the diary is referred in a court, they don't have the right to see it. Para. The only time the accused person can see the diary as is if the court uses the details in the diary to contradict the submissions made by the police officer in the court. This exception is provided by the provisions mentioned under the Indian Evidence Act 1872. Para. The case diary is a mean to assist the court in the inquiry or trial of a case but cannot be used as a hardcore evidence. This means that any date or fact or statement contained therein is not considered as evidence. Para. Section 161 of the Indian Evidence Act 1872 refers to the adverse party's right to a document used for the purpose of refreshing his memory. The accused, by the discretion of the court, may be allowed to inspect a particular entry provided that either such an entry has been used by the court to contradict a police officer or the police officer has referred to such entry to refresh his memory. if such entry has not been used for either of the mentioned purposes, the accused has no right to refer to or use the entries. Stop. This was a legal test passage at 110 words per minute. ये पैसेज लगभग 550 वर्ड का था, जिसे एग्जैक्टली 5 मिनट्स में दिया गया है। काफ़ी बेहतरीन और इजी पैसेज है, इसे लिखें और टेस्ट दे दें और मिस्टेक्स कमेंट सेक्शन में ज़रूर बताएं। और अगर आप इस चैनल पे नए हैं तो इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लें। दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट और अदर हाई कोर्ट से रिलेटेड डिक्टेशंस इस चैनल पे अपलोड होंगी। और अगर आपको ये डिक्टेशन पसंद आई हो तो एक लाइक ज़रूर कर दें। थैंक यू वेरी मच।